Yo, today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. And look, I think we could all use a little therapy, all right? It's helpful for just learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries for yourself, okay? It helps empower you to be the best version of you. And it isn't just for those people who've experienced major trauma, okay? We could all just use someone to talk to, okay? Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp, all right? So visit betterhelp.com/foods today to get 10% off your first month, all right? That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/foods.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods.
That's actually really fucking good.
It's not funny.
Nah, it's not funny. I got school.
I've got school. It's not funny. I've got psoriasis. So we started saying psoriasis with that accent because I've got some food here. It's Mediterranean, but it's called an arraius or an arraius. I'm not sure if it's how the Mediterraneans pronounce this shit.
Arias.
Arraius. But it's ground Wagyu beef and lamb in a toasted half pita with some tahini and amba sauce on the side. This green and red sauce is like a hot sauce. I'm assuming this pinkish sauce is the amba sauce. Or maybe this is the amba sauce. I don't know. But we have a bunch of sauces and
I love the colors.
we're just gonna get right into it, dog.
Give me the tahini.
Fuck the intro.
Yeah.
What's good? How you feeling? You already little buzz off that red wine.
Yes, 100%. And you clearly had cocaine. Look, we had this wine on.
Would you like another cup?
Oh, of course. Come on now. On a pretty empty stomach. But I'll tell you this. I like Bogles. Bogle, hit us up for a sponsorship. I will fucking parade your thing around all over the place.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm glad you said Bogle because David So has been pronouncing a word wrong for the past few episodes. And I'm glad we could correct you on this.
Ogle?
Ogle is actually Ogle.
Yeah. I thought it was ogle.
Yeah, so you were saying Ogle, and every time you said it in my head, I was like, is it Ogle or Ogle? Is it Ogle or Ogle? Is it Ogle or
Because
Ogle?
I was also thinking about oogle. Is oogle a word?
No.
Well, you're no fun. First of all, though, restaurant, why serve an hors d'oeuvre?
Yo, okay, so check this out. This is from a restaurant I saw on Uber Eats, and it looks so bomb. The picture, your food photographer is fucking on point with this shit, all right? But it's from a restaurant called...
Dick pics.
Well, you know what? Let's see if we like it first before we start talking about it. But it looked bomb, right? The ooey gooey fucking, the meat was looking succulent. Everything looked really fire on this picture. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna order this shit when we do the podcast. And but it looked way bigger. I thought it was gonna be like a handhold situation. This is like a little finger situation. And, you know, I apologize for all the women I might have misled in the past with the angled dick pics. Because, you know, and I had to warn them afterwards, hey, just so you know, it's objects appear bigger than they are in person, all right?
You know that thing that says on the side view mirror of the car? Same shit.
Exactly. It's still, I mean, look, same effect, still look great, still taste great, still will fill you up proper, okay? But if you looking to have your hand full,
It's still gonna hit the dangly thing in the back of your throat.
yeah. Just not the case if you were looking to hold it with both hands.
Yeah,
you know
you'd
what
be
I'm
fine.
But shall we take a bite?
Oh, this is made of beets.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, bitch. What the fuck is with the size of the fucking food? Hey, what the fuck, dude? I'm hungry. And I got a big dick. Uh-oh, COVID made me sick. I can't breathe. And my body aches. Bitch, with my fucking steak.
Hey, fire. Whoa. My guy gets a little bit of wine in him, and he's just like, he's fucking Asian E40.
That shit was like the 90s hip hop fucking rhyme scheme. Yeah.
My name is David So when I'm here to eat.
Hey, let me tell you something. In the 90s, I would have killed it. Because that rhyme scheme is so much easier to freestyle with because there's more time to think.
It gives you seconds to think.
Yeah, and you don't have to be artistic with it.
Yeah.
So it could be as corny as dumb. I woke up in the morning walking every day. Had something that I had to say.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm not gay, but if you are, baby, that's okay. I said,
Hey, wow, this man got bars all of a sudden.
bars. I got monkey bars. Shit, whack.
All right, let's take a little bite. I'm gonna dip in. These are hot,
Oh, you'd have that.
and I'm not sure what this orangey sauce is.
Dude, this beet, the color of beets are beautiful, by the way.
Oh, get some of this. Oh, you got some of the orange shit. Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm gonna look at this. Look what I'm doing.
Oh, look at you. How colorful. It's like a flag.
Wow.
All right, let's get it. Oh, I will do the same, but I like that.
It's not bad. I could take it or leave it though.
It's like, okay, here's the thing. The beef is quality beef, right? Normally when people ground up Wagyu, I always think, well, what's the point? Because it just tastes like you can't really
Yeah.
get the beauty of the Wagyu when it's ground
100%.
up like this. But when you bite this, it's like, oh, this is quality beef, which I appreciate, okay? I like the pita is soft as well. It's a good like beef sandwich tasting situation. Ooh. It's not a thing where you're like, God damn, I gotta get another one of these immediately. But it's very tasty. I would do it again.
This beet sauce, whatever the hell it is really fucking good. I actually want to know how to make it.
Okay,
It's like has like this sweet earthiness of a beet, but it's a little tangy.
A lot of people don't like beets. I like beets.
Roasted beets are one of my favorite like vegetable root side dishes.
I fuck with beets in my salad. All that shit. It kind of tastes like corn to me. Like sweetness. Some people have told me that shit's crazy that I say beets taste like corn. They don't get it.
No, it tastes like corn.
Yeah,
I know
what the fuck?
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. And I love corn. You know me. All iterations of corn. Popcorn, roasted corn, elote, corn soup, corn,
Fried shrimp, sauté shrimp,
shrimp burger, shrimp dogs, shrimp wine.
Do the beet and the green one.
The beet and the green, little red and green.
It go kind of crazy. It's the sauce that makes this thing good. That shit go crazy, huh?
The green, popping.
Okay. Okay, this is very good.
Mm-hmm.
This is very good.
Yeah.
The green one, right?
The green is crazy. Okay, so this is from a restaurant called let me get the exact shit for you real quick. It just randomly popped up on my Uber Eats like suggestions, and right now, is it on the bag?
It's called Ararapatai.
Avi Cue or Avi Cue? Avi Cue, AVI space CUE. So try that on for size.
It's like pita bread function is really good too.
That's great.
It's spiced. I could taste like cumino. There's like lamb in here, huh?
I take it back. Look, with the sauce,
Pretty fucking good.
With the sauce, I will say, goddamn, I would do this again. Oh,
Yeah.
and a little bite of the peppercini. Let me take a little bite of the peppercini as well, my
This
guy.
is fucking spicy.
Hold on a second. I will get a little bit of the green, a little bit of this orange. Take a bite. Like the pepperoni. That's a bite right there. Okay. And that brings me to this. Veyda has done something that I was very concerned about.
Oh no.
Now, you know, for some reason, when you get older, you start speaking in ways that you wouldn't normally speak as a regular person, okay? And I'll tell you this. I realized a few years ago, all of a sudden, instead of saying me too with Chia, I was like, oh yeah, me as well. I would like that as well. Somehow as well creeped its way into my vocabulary, all right? Who the fuck says as well? Like, where did that come from in my life? I have no idea. But me and Chia are both as well people. Now, I get very annoyed when little ass kids try to sound grown when they speak, okay?
Can I tell you something? 100% agree.
Yes.
There's this video.
Please. Oh, yeah.
You know what fucking video I'm talking
I
about.
sent it to you.
Yes, you did. When you sent me that video, I feel so bad because I shouldn't feel this way.
Because he's so little.
I wanted to fuck him up. It's like, who the fuck are you talking to him like that, dude? Who the fuck? And then I feel bad because the comment says, your adults are so scared that a child is pushing the limits of your intelligence.
It's this little kid. He looks like he's like 6. And he's like, here's the thing about internalized racism. It's like, and he's making good points, but you want to be like, shut up, little boy.
Let me tell you something. There's no funnier community on Instagram than the black community. There's this other kid, because you showed me that video, it popped up of this kid's like, these kids were making fun of my sneakers. And I'm like, material things don't matter. The comments, the black community ripped this little black boy up so fucking bad. They're like, shut the fuck up before I snatch your shoes. Shut the fuck up.
Instagram comments are so ruthless and so funny.
Oh, it kills me.
One of my favorite comments about that little boy, the little Asian boy, is like, they were like, that boy's Japanese.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Boy's Japanese.
But that brings me to this. So like we said, little babies that talk grown are annoying, okay? So the other day, one of my worst fears realized. Chia was like, can I have some milky as well? And I was like, oh, what did I do? What did I do to my child? I have my little 3-year-old saying as well.
Father, you said you were going to finish your script, and I'm tired of hearing it.
No, Father, it's not funny. It's not funny as well. I have psoriasis as well.
It's been too long. Why don't you finish it already?
It's been too long. It's been too bloody long, Father.
It's been too long. I heard it too much. I've heard it.
I've heard it all before, Father.
I'm sick of it already. Huh? End of.
Ah, fuck.
Hey, if this is your first time listening to this podcast now, you don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't fucking care.
but yeah, man, she said as well, and I was like, oh god, I have to unlearn this from her because it just bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Father, I've ejected fecal matter out from my tush. Please help me clean it up. They're gonna get to that point too, especially now with your level of communication that you have with your kids. Yeah. Their speech is going to be way more advanced than ours when we were younger because we had to be bilingual. So our English was behind, and so when they're in a 2 English speaking household, that's why these white kids, they always talk like that because that's how their parents talk. Our parents are just speak
how they speak.
Nah, that's how they talk. Yeah, that's how they talking, dog. I don't care.
Well, I said this on No Chaser, but I'll tell you this. It was Veyda's birthday recently, and we dropped her off at daycare. And her teacher in daycare was like, oh, I see we have a birthday coming up, right? And I was like, yeah, that's right, Veyda. How old are you going to be, baby? The teacher asked, how old are you going to be? And Veyda was like, 3. And so the fucking teacher looks at me, and she's like, she's still 2? And was like shook. And I'm like, yeah. And then she leaned over to her new assistant, who had never met Veyda until this day, and was like, she's only 2, speaks so clearly, very advanced, potty trained, will debate with you, and,
she's a little bitch.
And she's like, stay away because he's fucking annoying.
Brings the assistant over. This is that little bitch I was telling you about. Just fucking always arguing, getting smart with me.
Turns out she's just getting started.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, apparently Veyda's pretty advanced on speaking levels. You know what I'm saying?
But I told you that too, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just because I've seen so many my other friends' kids that are the same age as her, I'm like, what the fuck, this bitch over here fucking talking me full sentences? Who the fuck do you think you are? Uncle David, can you do this for me? It's hard. I'm like, you're 1 year old. Don't talk like that yet.
It's a trip, dog.
Oh, she's so adorable and smart.
I know, but hey, dog, as soon as she turned 3, it was like a switch, bro. She's gotten ultimately sassy, dog. Like out of nowhere, so much more sassy.
Gets it from her mama.
She's a 3-nager now, as they say. So sassy. Fucking wants to argue, wants to like talk back so much already, dog.
That's the double-edged sword of being intelligent. Right?
She understands.
It's the same thing with dogs and like animals that you have. Not that Veyda's, I'm not comparing to that, but like when you have like a more intelligent dog, it's way harder to train.
Yeah. That was the dumbest bit. That's the dumbest bit we've ever done.
Cancel this show immediately.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yo, today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, a lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time, right? The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's more important to you and make it a priority, okay? Therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can do more of it. I say we all could use a little therapy, and I'm so glad that it's becoming normalized in today's times, because sometimes you really just need to talk to somebody without the stigma that surrounds therapy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we F with BetterHelp, okay? If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge, okay? Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/foods today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/foods. I'm telling you, it's worth it.
All right, go back. Oh, shit. That was so stupid. That's like the stupidest thing.
I know. We clip that. That's definitely not gonna get views.
I'm going to clip that with no context. Just that.
Oh, that's what my fucking face hurts.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to Veyda for being very intelligent. But like I was saying, like that even happens with people who are so fucking smart. And let me tell you this. I have a relative who, his sister said that like him growing up, he's older, right? There's an older uncle of mine where growing up, he couldn't make friends because he was so smart, right? So, you know, when you was like, it's like that Jaden Smith type of thing. You know, kids when they're like, well, can we just talk about like what's going on in the world?
The political, socioeconomical state of the world.
Yeah. He wasn't like that type of stuff. That's like social justice-y stuff. He's like a genius mathematician.
Oh,
So
shit.
what he would find satisfaction in, like how his brain works was so advanced. So he like graduated high school 2 years earlier, went into a university, like he's like a theologist now. He does all this type of stuff. And the problem with him was that he was so fucking smart that he couldn't like connect with people.
He's a virgin.
Probably.
Yeah, okay, he couldn't connect. He was so smart.
Honestly, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
Not married, no kids.
Oh, wow.
So for him, like he can't connect with people because of how he like computes human interaction and shit. He's like, I mean, Veyda's not gonna be like that, but it's like that's like the other thing of being too smart, where you think you're too smart for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Is he like awkward?
He could talk and stuff like that, but he's definitely not sociable, right? So you wouldn't be wanting to sit there for like 10 minutes and talk to him. He'll bore the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the other people who will kind of use their intelligence where it's just an argument for everything.
Because they want to just show off how like smart they are.
Exactly. It's like nobody fucking cares. And
Nobody fucking cares, dude.
and you know, me being the person that I am, one of my younger siblings, one of my younger cousins had a friend, and she's like, you know, super smart, Miss Pepperdine or whatever. And she loved to tell people how smart she is.
Oh, God.
Right? But here's the thing, though. When you're the smartest person in a group of dumb people, you're going to get clowned on super hard.
Yeah.
And so this girl, I forgot what I said. We were just joking around. And you know, like, when you grow up using slang, you're not using words properly. Like, we know this. It's just a part of the culture. And this girl just wanted to grammar check me, right? And I was like, shut up. Nobody fucking likes you, you loser. And then, you know, everybody starts laughing, right? And every time she opened her mouth, I just started going, started snoring. She got so upset, she started crying.
Oh, God, you bully.
Yeah, and then she walked away and got up. And when she came back, she goes, you were so rude to me. And then she's like trying to lecture me. I started snoring again. She started tearing up.
Oh, God.
But I literally told her afterwards, I was like, See how you feel? That's how you're trying to make people feel. When
Like you're less than.
Exactly. You start treating everybody else like you're so much better than us. You don't think that we fucking know this? Like you have no fucking friends. That's why you're crying, because you know that in this circle, you're being rude. Like none of us did any of that to you. So now I'm doing the thing that you fucking hate. So next time you do that shit, just be mindful of that stuff. We get it. You're smart. You go to Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I make 4 times the amount of money you do. Who the fuck cares?
Oh, wow.
You don't see me talking about all the money I've made, the things that I'm doing.
Right.
We're just kicking it. And that's the part. Like she wants people to know how smart she is, that she would belittle everybody in the group. And I hated that shit.
You know, I think that is the biggest negative and like complaint people have about like when you're just constantly trying to like flex, whether it's for money or whether it's intelligence, when you're constantly trying to like flex on other people and big yourself up by putting other people down, it's no one wants you around.
Exactly. It's like, for me to be in that conversation, it's like I use that money example for her just to like crush her a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like all that intelligence, but you're broke as shit, and then nobody fucking likes you, and you have no friends. So what the fuck's the whole point?
Not only like broke financially, but broke morally as well.
Broke morally.
Oh.
Turns out the girl's last name was Lee, Asian. I do not claim her. Claim jumper. Out of business. No friends.
Claim jumpers. Let's jump her. Biscuits and gravy. Gravy. Her vagina has no color. Not black or white. Out of sight, out of mind. Do you mind? I mind for gold.
Whoa.
Gold. Not all that glitters is gold. The game is to be told, not sold.
Whoa.
Seoul, Korea.
Wow. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Ooh.
Ya. Ya stupid.
Yeah.
AKA Cupid shoot the arrow in my heart.
Uh-huh.
How do you spell heart without art? RT. Specialty. I drink the tea. Sip. Gossip.
Drink the tea. Heart without art is he. Dear Heavenly Father, please forgive me for my sins.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
Well, guys.
That's what we're going to call it. Thank you for watching another episode.
Hey, this is going to go in the top dumbest episodes of all time. It's 40 minutes of literally talking about absolutely nothing.
We're not even drunk.
No, but I should be.
No, this is great wine. We're not even drunk. I was going to tell you this. Yes. So I got into a little fender bender the other day when it was raining in LA.
Just like the Asian.
Just like the Asian I am. Motherfuckers in LA, people get drivers get a little crazy in LA because we're not used to it, And I'm not saying it was his fault. I'm not saying it was my fault, but I got a little fender bender, right? So I'm in a rental currently, and I'm in a rental. My car windows are tinted. I just prefer it that way. I don't like people seeing into my shit. But the rental is not tinted, okay? So sometimes, not gonna lie, I be in my head like, oh man, is someone gonna be like, I saw Tim from Wildin' Out pushing a little dumpy ass Jeep on the freeway. Because one time, dog, and I've never told you.
That's fucking funny.
I've never told you this story. Me and Rick were on the freeway, and I do believe it was the 405 or the 605, and we look over, and in a blue Prius or gray Prius, we see Rosario Dawson driving with some homies, and we're like, is that fucking Rosario Dawson on the freeway next to us?
In a Prius?
In a Prius, no tint, clear ass windows.
No tint?
No tint. So we're like trying to catch up to her to say hi, right?
Which is not hard, it's a Prius.
So I'm whipping, trying to catch up to Rosario Dawson in her Prius, and she's fucking whipping as well, dog. We're like, where the fuck is she trying to go so fast? She's going fast as shit. So I'm going fast as shit. And then we left that day being like, damn, she really had somewhere to go. It didn't dawn on me till later. She was probably trying to get away from that creepy ass car following her.
100% that's what she was doing.
This fucking random ass Asian dude with his black homie in a car chasing her in her Prius. She's like, let me get the fuck out of here. But I'm just trying to be like, where is she going in such a rush? And
You saw this tweet? She's a reckless driver. It's like, I was running away from you.
Yes, and I realize now it was probably a fucking rental she was driving.
Hey, Rosario, Dawson, I know for a fact one day you two are going to cross paths.
Oh, yeah?
This would be such a funny segue because I guarantee you she remembers this.
And I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that till afterwards. I probably like freaked out Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, by the way, amazing actress. She's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say, my first on-screen crush for titties.
100%. He got game? Or Alexander.
Alexander was one of the most boring movies ever. That part made up for it.
Alexander was so trash.
It was the worst.
It's so bad. But 100%, dog. I remember being in theaters, and then when that scene happens where Rosario Dawson comes out naked,
Thank God.
like the whole theater went, God damn, at the same time.
Yep.
I'm talking about old white women in the theater went, God damn.
Like, her body looks, it doesn't look real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when I saw her titty, I was like, I didn't know natural titties could look like that. Like, that looks fake.
Then you haven't lived, my guy.
Oh, let me tell you something, dude. We already talked about this. I didn't see a lot of women naked. All right? The amount of women I've hooked up with is still on two hands, all right? That's it, okay?
What, you trying to make me feel less then? You trying to make me feel like I'm dirty or something?
You are a used rag on the street that has been dragged around behind the Prius chasing Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson, dude, she's amazing, man. Like,
Yeah, she's a great actress. First time she's such a actress. I respect her so much. First time I seen her titties, he got game. Spike Lee movie.
Yes.
So they had like a love scene on the beach. Fire. But yeah, I've loved her in so many movies.
some people used to say it's like they used to talk about she's not hot.
What?
Like there was like this whole like debate about whether she's hot or not.
Rosario Dawson?
And I thought everything about it. I thought she was just beautiful.
That's crazy.
Dude, when she was in the Rock movie, the one with Stifler and The Rock, where he was in like Brazil. In South America, it was Christopher Walken was in it as well too. The Rundown.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So Rosario Dawson was the female protagonist in it.
Okay.
And I just like, dude, she's just beautiful. Dude.
She's fucking
So
beautiful. Like
man.
lips, cheeks, face, everything.
Everything, dude. Oh, Rosario Dawson, you're so amazing.
There's a movie, I forget the name of it, and I haven't seen it, but she's completely butt naked.
Oh, really?
Yes, like full frontal, like you see everything.
I will tell you this. Look, no matter how much I've seen film, you know, and I love watching film. I watch like 3 or 4 films a week.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want to see titties sometimes. Like,
yeah, of course.
There's certain movies that I just look up, just like, there's a lot of titties in this. I'm gonna see. It's French.
Let me ask you this. Would you show your dick in a movie?
No,
No?
absolutely not.
I'm talking about,
Oh, if it's like for like acting, like a serious role.
check this out. Fucking Martin Scorsese.
Anything. I suck his dick.
Okay. On camera?
Hey, let me tell you something, dude. You know when that whole Epstein thing came out?
Yeah.
I was like, I would have definitely, not Epstein. Who's the other guy?
R. Kelly.
No, not R. Kelly. Not Epstein. Epstein's the guy who had the island. Who's the guy that was a director?
Oh, you
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein would have had my ass, dude. He said, listen, you could be the next Batman. And I was like, oh, guarantee it though. You don't think I would have, you don't think you know?
Look, I wouldn't suck no penises, but 100% if an older woman in Hollywood,
Sharvina Weinstein.
if Sharvina Weinstein was like, hey man, eat my like 60-year-old cooch for a role across from Jack Black, I would 100% do that.
I mean, that's pretty easy. Can I tell you this though?
Yeah.
On the record now, well, I don't have to say names, but I have an actor buddy of mine who was actually sexually harassed by an executive.
Oh yes, I know this.
Yeah, so like I introduced. Well, I didn't fucking know the person was a predator.
Yeah.
Right. And by the way, for you guys out there, it wasn't a guy; it was a girl. It was a girl predator. And because the story, I think that's why I don't put those 2 and 2 together. I'm always thinking it's a guy, but this was a female executive, right? And this is the weird part. Like she started like, you know, spending a lot of time with him. And obviously I warned him too. I was like, listen, there's no such thing as a free lunch in Hollywood. It's very odd that she's calling you this much, right? So she wants something. And it turns out that she did. Well, this guy got blackballed everywhere after.
Damn.
Right? Well, she got her just desserts too because she lost her job and everything.
Oh, shit.
So it all ends in a good story like that. But the funny thing was, like, I remember like as it was happening, I stopped and I was like, I've known her for 2 years. She's never hit on me. And I started getting mad. I was like, we've had lunch together. We've hung out. She's never sexually harassed me, ever. What kind of bullshit.
You're too busy trying to be the fat, quirky comedian. Like, you already said that. You weren't trying to be hot.
I don't fucking care. I've been to her house. We've had lunch together. We've had dinner. We've shared drinks. She's never tried to touch me.
Maybe you were just oblivious. Maybe like you like when you were at her house for dinner, like you came out of the room and she's like bottomless with like a cigar hanging out of her cooch, and you're like, "What's on Netflix?"
Why is there a cigar in her?
Just cuz.
And it's puffing.
And it's puffing. And she's trying to like fucking assert her dominance. You know what I'm saying?
She's angry.
She's like, David, I have sides for a script here. I want you to grab. And she like has it hanging out of her like coochie lips. And you just grab it and read. Yeah.
He gives her a paper cut.
You're like, hold on, I need my glasses. Hold on a second.
Oh, it's a little wet. Are you gonna read the scene with me, or
you just have no idea?
She's just like super depressed.
You missed your chance, dog.
Yeah, now that you think of it, why was she puffing the cigar out of her coochie?
See, you could have been the little boy on Fresh Off the Boat, and you missed your chance.
It's so crazy too, because like there is a part where you kind of think to yourself, like, you know, especially with the other person, like who's a buddy of mine. I think a part of him knows that he knew what she was asking for, but you kind of make yourself oblivious to it or try to justify it by, there's no way. There's no way. Nah. But then to everybody on the outside, it's like, there's no free lunch. What does this person want?
Right.
And this lady did it to 2 people I know.
Really?
Yeah. So
and
she was
did it advance their career?
I won't say. But
I would have like, look, if that proposition was really at my door, I probably would have been like, Chia, babe, I got this super producer. She just wants me to like fucking play with her nipples in the shower for a couple times a week. But I'm gonna be in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. How do you feel? And not gonna lie, I think Chia might be like, well, as long as you, she was like, let's talk about it.
Yeah. She was like, let's discuss. Yeah. What exactly? Just holding her hands, or you like taking her? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Is it like one of those things where you make her feel good as a woman?
Right.
Like, what is this?
It depends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, this is very interesting. And I think like the interesting about it thing was like, because it was somebody who was a female in that position, it's like, oh, all power corrupts everybody. Power just corrupts people in general.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't matter what you are, guy, girl, or whatever. Like if you're in a position where you want something and you know you could take it, I think the initial human reaction is that, oh, I'm gonna take that shit.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna see what I can get out of this. Well, I'm gonna push the limits. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Motherfuckers feel untouchable.
Yeah, and that's what the whole Cosby thing was. Like he felt untouchable. And I remember somebody told me the story where he. And I said on the podcast where there's a makeup artist that told stories about Cosby where there was a makeup artist back in Hollywood in the day originally, they were all men. So they weren't females. So a majority of makeup artists were men. And so.
That's why everybody's makeup looks stupid.
Yeah, that's just weird because they don't know. And so his assistant had this story where Cosby came up and just grabbed her tit. And he was like, you tell anybody, nothing's going to happen. Something along those lines. And that was fucking like, the era of like, who the fuck are you gonna tell?
Yeah.
Right? I could do whatever the fuck I want to you.
Right.
Which is kind of frightening, man. So that's like the good thing about social media is like, you better mind your P's and Q's, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there was definitely like, I mean, and we know that there was a time where men in Hollywood, especially powerful men, felt like they could just do whatever they wanted, right? And for sure, like, say what you will about like, you know, motherfuckers being too sensitive and everybody wanting to cancel everybody. Like, yes, of course, there's aspects of that, like where people do take it out of control and out of context. But for sure, there were men in Hollywood that just felt like they could do whatever the fuck they wanted without consequence. And like social media has provided some consequences, you know what I'm saying? Real consequences.
That's why like shit in the workplace, right? Sometimes with people in the workplace, like I said, like I would say 50% of it is bullshit. The other one is like, yo, this is some serious stuff because outside of just Hollywood working in a corporate environment, when they're up there and nobody's checking them, they could do fucking whatever. Like I particularly got somebody in trouble that we used to work with at a company.
Did you?
Yeah. So
Tell me later, yeah.
Yeah. Because he would pull out his like executive stuff where he would pretend to do work and all this other stuff. And I just got really fucking sick of it, complained above him, and then he got checked because it was like, you're just making our lives difficult. And I think very fortunate because we didn't work for the company, right? We were just contracted to do stuff. So it's like what he would get away with, other people at the company wouldn't say anything. And so like I remember some of the camera dudes like, dude, thank you. Like, thank you so much. Like this guy's fucking, like he thinks he's God. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, cool, I don't actually work for this company. Like I am the talent. Like there's no show without me and Tim. So it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? And so suddenly he just starts straightening up, starts communicating a little better. It's like, oh, so now you gotta do work. So whatever it was before that time, they said that this guy was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted. It's like,
Okay. And to be fair, it wasn't like sexual shit. Just
no, not sexual stuff. But it's just like, this is what I'm talking about, people taking advantage of you in the workplace because they have absolute
because
power.
of power.
Yeah, and like when assholes sneak in, like if they're an asshole at home, they're an asshole in the workplace too. That don't change, you know?
So, to reiterate, you would show dick for Martin Scorsese movie.
For Martin Scorsese, of course, dude.
Okay.
That man has pioneered so many different other Asian actors and other filmmakers and directors. That guy did so much for our people, dude. I gotta give a little back, man.
I'm showing dick, dog.
Hey, you do it.
But I would have a clause that would be like, let me like get fluffed to like at least 60% to where like I'm hanging where it doesn't look like I'm erect, but I'm hanging right. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I'm slightly engorged so I don't look silly on screen. You feel me?
Listen, same here. I need a little fluff. I'm a grower. I'm not a shower.
Yeah. So like let me grow a little bit before we fucking document this shit and put it into the world.
I think for acting too, right? Like I saw this thing where, you know, with the whole Cat Williams drama or whatever, I'm already tired of these comics arguing with each other. It's fucking childish. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? But just be funny, make us laugh. Like you guys are the source of joy for this world. Please bring joy, like not the gossip. But they were talking about like the idea of wearing a dress. Right?
Ah, yes.
And then Marlon Wayans brought up something that I thought was very astute. He goes, I did White Chicks. There was no exec telling me to wear a fucking dress. I did that. And guess what? It's a classic. It's fucking funny. It's one of my favorite comedy movies of this day. It's like, so you're telling me that I did something bad for my culture, which was my choice? And it's like, how funny is it when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire? He's an artistic genius. But then when we do it, our people tell us that we're clowns, that we're being controlled by the white man.
Talking about black people.
Yeah, for black people. He goes, how? It's like he started listing off all these accolades of famous like white actors who they're revered as a genius, and people in the community call them a genius, but it's within our own community.
Right.
They start calling us clowns.
Yeah, it's because like a lot of people make the argument about like, you know, Hollywood is trying to emasculate black men and this and that, so they feel like, you know, they make black men put on dresses to, as soon as they get a little power, if they want to stay powerful, they got to put on a dress or some shit like that. You know? We'll take a break. We'll be right back. But yeah, you know, people argue that both ways. I regardless of all that, I feel like how can you deny that White Chicks is a classic?
Mrs. Doubtfire, a classic.
Mrs. Doubtfire, one of the best movies of all time.
Hey!
It was a run by fruiting.
One of my favorite lines, dude.
Fire, so good.
Yeah. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me, I find. Catch me, I catch.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Robyn Williams, we just got, like, Veyda's finally at a point where she's fucking, like, can sit down and kind of watch a movie. At first, it was just, like, little 5-minute YouTube videos, Cocomelon bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Now she, like, sat down and watched, like, some of Aladdin the other day.
Wow.
Now she'll be like, I want to watch the Simba movie. She wants to watch Lion King.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
One of my favorite Disney songs is that fool singing about how poor he is out inside the cityscape.
Yeah. Riff Raff.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
That one right there hits me right here. Because I feel like we all feel that way sometimes.
We all feel a little riff raffy sometimes.
We all feel like a street rat.
Street rat.
And I don't buy that.
I don't buy that.
And if only they'd look a little closer, they would see a little Thai boy. No siree.
Bro, no, sorry. I forgot how hot Jasmine looks when when she's in the red outfit.
What's on this Apple Vision, bro? That he has to go do something now.
that me putting on my Apple Vision is like the signal for like jack off time. I'm in the middle of Aladdin with Veyda. I'm like, hold on, honey. Be right back. But then I don't leave the room. I'm like, all right, guys. See you in 15 minutes.
Damn! Oh, that's right. I created the room. I'm not leaving the room.
Like, baby, I'm in outer space. I don't know about you. Oh, fuck. But yeah, man. In the red Jafar outfit. Oh, beautiful.
Every time I hear the word Jafar, you know what I actually think of? There's this rap battle that Conceited did, where he did an Aladdin bar. And then I feel like that guy is so smart with his words. To a dumb crowd, it's the worst. Because he said something like, it won't get Jafar, but it was along the, I was like, damn, that's fucking smart as shit. Nobody got it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, I'm like, nah, that's a fucking crazy bar, dude.
It depends on the room, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you watch those battles and they say something crazy and the crowd goes wild, but sometimes they'll say shit. Conceited will tell you. He'll tell you straight up. He's like, my bars are for the people watching on YouTube. Because sometimes in those big crowded rooms, they don't catch everything. So it's like, they might watch in person, and because the other guy was saying like, maybe a little like dumbed down stuff that hits a little in person, so you're not really paying attention, they'll react a little more. But he's like, if you watch my shit back on YouTube, the people that watch at home will be like, oh, Conceited won. Because his bars were crazier, but you just didn't catch them until the rewatch.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever seen his Captain Morgan shit? That's probably one of his like most famous lines, right? Because Conceited's whole shit is like, slow it down, I just dissed you, right? Because you don't catch it the first time. Which is crazy. So he has this little scheme where he's like, you get capped, then more guns come out. And he's like, no. First he says, something, stand over you, Captain Morgan comes out, right? And he's like, nah, slow it down, I diss you. You capped, then more guns come out. He said, no, slow it down again. I just dissed you again. You get capped, then organs come out. Everyone's like, oh!
You have no idea how hard that shit is. That is crazy, dude. This boy's so fucking smart. I'm like, dude, if he grew up in a different environment, I mean, he's killing it right now either way.
Yeah.
He probably would have been successful in whatever he did, depending on what he kind of like connected to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if he grew up in an environment where hip hop wasn't a part of his life, he would have been done something else and been great
For
with that.
sure. Conceited is high-key a nerd, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why he was able to like, we talked about this. Like we used to do the same shit where I would be in like rap battle like forums and shit. Like I used to battle people in paragraphs on different
Everybody
websites.
did that shit, dude. I was terrible at it. It was the worst.
Look, Cont's a funny dude, man. He's like, loves cartoons. If you listen to his shit, a lot of shit's like has cartoon stuff in it. One of the first things he ever said to me on Wildin' Out was something about like how when I watch the cartoon cat dog, I get hungry or some shit like that. It was just, he was always good at flipping the basic racial jokes and putting a new creative spin on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my two favorite people probably on Wildin' Out. I didn't see that many episodes, but just I got to know. I mean, I saw a couple of their battles, but I really dived more into it was Charlie Clips and Cont. And then Charlie Clips, he has that freestyle on, was it Funk Flex?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
You only like them because you shot that other shit with them.
Well, no, because I also know of the other guy, the one with a lot of gums and tiny baby teeth. That's what everybody makes fun of him for on the show.
Hey man, holla.
Hitman, he's fucking dope as shit too, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, you guys are fucking word geniuses. Like, this is insane, man. But hey, my guy over here, they did a little freestyle thing. You did your fucking thing,
Thanks,
dog.
man. Thank you.
Were they all like, oh, goddamn?
Yeah, so that's what's funny. Okay, so for context, a few years ago, they were doing a thing on MTV where it was Wildin' Out, and they would also do like a Wildin' Out Live where Nick Cannon would host some shit. and it was in like the TRL studio, like the new TRL studio in Times Square. And it was like a live audience, and they would bring on people, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, and I was in town for something, but they were like, Tim, would you want to come do a freestyle during this live segment? I was like, yeah, of course. And a lot of the producers, they had only heard me rap my Wildin' Out shit, which is
the
like
quick one-liners.
couple one-liners, little fucking a basic ass joke, get the laugh, you get out. You know what I'm saying? They never really heard me spit my real bars. And so I think a lot of people, when I took the mic, even some of my fellow castmates,
They're like, what the fuck?
yeah, they were kind of like,
Yeah.
like, and a couple producers came up to me afterwards, like, oh, we've never heard you really rap before. That was great. I'm like, well, thanks.
That was my original profession.
Yeah, I like to do that, you know? And unfortunately, though, here's what's so stupid, dog. Like, yeah, the clip went kind of viral online and stuff, but during the actual live telecast, Hitman Holla's shit went long, and when I got the mic and was like, yo, it went to commercial. My shit didn't even air live.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
which is good though, because
You got to take the clip, right?
well, yes, I got to keep the clip, which was great, but I also like the clip cuts off right before I go, motherfucking, and it was live TV. So everyone's like, oh! So luckily I didn't say fuck on live TV, because I did say fuck when we were recording.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Look at those moments in your life where it's like, yeah, you thought you knew me, huh?
I love it.
In your fucking face.
I got another one of those for you, dog. Sophomore year at Paramount High. I was new, right? I didn't know anybody, but I was beginning to make friends. But yes, my aesthetic, what I wear, what I connected with. I was a hip hop dude, right? Big ass clothes, fucking headbands and hats and shit. But I was cool with everybody. There's this guy in the back of the class, in my physics class, this guy named Jerry. He was like what you would call a punk goth kid, you know, fucking ball, chain, necklace.
Cut my life into pieces.
Cause tonight, fucking emo goth.
Yeah.
That kid, right?
Machine Gun Kelly.
He was with his homegirl. They had a book of CDs. So I go through their shit. I'm like, oh, let me see. He's like, you probably don't know anything in there. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I was like, check this out. I fucking went through each one of his CDs and was like singing songs from it. I was like, oh yeah, fucking Puddle of Mud, singing songs. I was like,
The fuck is Puddle of Mud?
It's an old band.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, there was a band. They were actually a Christian band, but people didn't know it. It was called POD. And they had a couple hits.
POD sounds hella familiar.
It was like, they had a song, it was like, I feel so alive.
Oh, I know that one.
So it was they actually played that shit at my youth group sometimes, because they were a Christian band, but a lot of people didn't know it. And so I was like, oh, POD, Payable on Death. These motherfuckers didn't know that shit. I went to church. They were like, oh, that's what it stands for? And I was like, y'all don't know me.
It's like, I know stuff, dude.
I
Well,
know.
I just heard the news today. It gonna tell what all
Yeah, bangers.
under the line.
You do know not R&B songs.
Those are all radio hits, though. During that time, we didn't have Spotify and shit, so whatever was on the radio, I know that, right? But if it plays, I'll know the song and general lyrics because it's played so often, but I won't know what the band looks like. I don't know their faces. Like, if they were walking around, I would not know what their face is. Yeah. I couldn't recognize them. And most of the time, I wouldn't know the names of the songs either. Like, when you did that POD song, I know the thing, but I don't know anything else, right? So, like, it's like with me in Taylor Swift songs. Like, I'll know a few, but I won't know the past whatever I know. You know what I mean? Like, I heard the hook a few times, but other than that, I don't fucking know.
That's kind of something that me and Chia really, really bonded on in the early stages of our dating, like just when we were dating. You know, because, you know, I was like, yeah, I was like a hip hop dude, and, you know, I knew, you know, of course she's like a hip hop fan and a pop fan, but then when we really connected on our love of like random rock white people songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was We like I was a big Limp Bizkit fan. She was a big Limp Bizkit fan. Fucking We Love No Doubt. That was my shit. That was her shit. And fucking random like System of a Down songs, like shit like that. We put on. I'm like, what you know about this? She's like,
Wow. Then you guys had sex after.
Yeah, we had head banging sex, dog. We put on that shit and fucking rocked out, dog.
You know what? You know, if I would say there was a band that I liked, just because when I started playing guitar, I picked up a lot of their songs. It was actually probably if I said I did have a favorite band, it doesn't mean that I know all of their stuff. It's Incubus. I thought Incubus, like, first of all, the lead singer, amazing.
Sexy as
like
shit.
sonically, the stuff sounds great. The drummer was dope. So I thought Incubus to me was like, oh, I could listen to this shit. Dude.
Okay.
Very, very, very cool band. Does that make me a cool guy?
It makes you finally you like something other than R&B.
I love R&B.
So whenever we be shooting Send Foods, the first time you brought this up to me, we're at a hotel in Miami shooting Send Foods, just chilling. Like at a table, and I was like just humming one of the songs, and you were like, "Why do you know this?" You're like, "You know this? Like you really know this song?" I was like, "Dog, I know songs."
All these songs would pop up in restaurants or whatever city that we're at, right? And it's just like this Rolodex of different genres, different time. Here's the thing too: there's people who know different genres, and then there's time. Right? I'm talking about 70s, 80s. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you know this shit? You're not even that old. You're supposed to be like, scared with a Scott, that's like old ass jazz cat. Oh, this is my favorite part. Scared with a Scott, that's wow.
I think I just always liked music, you know?
And that's why you're a musician.
I would just always make it a point. I think I've told you this before, but when I first really even started getting into music, right? I watched a lot of MTV. I watched MTV like all day, and a lot of VH1 too. That's how I knew the old shit, because VH1 used to have a show called Pop Up Video, all right, and they would play music videos from the 80s, a lot of 80s videos, and they would have little facts that popped up. Oh, did you know actually when this song was recorded, this person stubbed their toe and lost their toe in a fucking
toe accident.
Toe accident. So
and he got toe up.
And toe up from the flow up, you know? Totally did. And so I would watch all these really old music videos. And then on MTV, they had a top 20 countdown. And I would watch every weekend. I would watch from number 20 to number 1. And it wasn't any specific category of music. It was all just their 20 top music videos that week, whether it was rock or hip hop or whatever. So I just would sit and watch all of it, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And let's end this podcast with a Incubus song. What's one that pops in your head?
What's the one? I'm still. How's that one go?
I don't know what you were saying. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there.
Different
Open eyes, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. See, I know things, man. I know things about the whites.
He knows a little bit here and there.
Yeah, man. Well, everybody, so welcome us to the dudes behind the food. Where's the casa cruza?
Make sure you get a pussy. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, it's the